Alright guys, we're back out here on the 66 C10. Last time I filmed, there were some holes in the dash that I put some plugs in and fixed that. I didn't show it because nobody seemed to care, honestly. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this section of the dash. You can see that it's pretty beat up, and they cut it out for the larger I guess single DIN stereo, and I want to get that filled in, and I'll go on the other side and show you. I got the rocker in and the floor section. I still have another patch on the floor I need to take care of, but got the rocker in, got it shot with a little bit of blue. I don't know if I'm going to keep this blue or not. Got it seam sealed. It's not the greatest. There's no oil canning or anything like that. It seems pretty solid. But there's the next little section I've got to cut out. Not real proud of how it turned out, but the door does close. If you notice over here, I got a little bit of a rub. I don't know if that's a door adjustment or if I just put the rocker on a little bit too tall, but I'll keep messing with that. And this was the little panel that came because of the floor section. This was all detached and rusted out through here. I didn't bother grinding all this down, but I did weld in a patch all the way up through here. I butt welded it to about here, and then I went and lap welded it again, because all this is going to be hidden by the fender. I've got it all seam sealed, so I think it's, you know, pretty good shape. It's definitely not the prettiest, but the first time I'm doing it, I'm not going to beat myself up too bad about it. But it looks okay. Got a bunch of fenders. At some point, I've got to pick which fender I'm going to put on this passenger side. I've got the original one that's pretty chewed up, and the mounting bolt down at the bottom is kind of rusted out. I do have a blue one that I bought, and we'll try that one and see how bad it is. But we'll see. But that's sort of what I'm looking at on doing today, is to put that dash panel in, and maybe I'll get to cutting out that section of the floor. But here's the patch panel that I'm going to be putting in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to section out right along here where that tape line was in the truck and sort of cut just this section out. I don't think I need the whole piece, and the less welding I have to do, since I'm not very good at it, the better. So that's where we're going to start. I did buy one of these Lincoln Porta-Torch. Never used a torch before. I went and got some gas for it, but the main reason I bought that is, if you notice right here, looks like somebody attached they were trying to pull this thing out of the mud, or were towing it somewhere, and they really bent this part down and busted through. So what I'm going to try to do is heat all of it up through here, straighten that back up to where it lays flat, and then I'll weld this back together, just to get it, you know, looking right. It looks kind of hokey when a truck's lifted like this, so you can see all of this stuff. So right now, that's all I'm going to do. If you do notice, I did kind of clean up the pumpkin, get some paint on it. I did put new fluids in there and reseal everything up. I didn't feel like doing much last weekend, so I just kind of did some frame cleanup and painting. It didn't look the best, but it's an old truck. What are you gonna do? So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at on it right now, and I'll just keep cutting and grinding and splice all these clips together as I go through this. And if you guys have an interest, I'll keep posting. If you don't, well, that's fine too. Appreciate it. All right, got that section cut out, and if you notice, there's a brace that runs underneath the bottom, and there's a couple of spot welds where this thing was attached to that brace. The new piece has the brace too, but instead of having to go through and weld that brace in along with this piece, what I'm going to do is I just cut the spot welds off of this, and I'll clean all this up, and I'll cut the spot welds off the new brace too, and that way I can just keep this one solid piece and weld that patch directly back onto the original brace, so it's just one piece. So not a lot of room here. Hopefully I left myself enough room to get the welding done. I'm going to clean all this up and get the patch cut to the right size and start trying to put this together. All right, I cut up this piece. I'm sorry for the noise. Got that piece cut out pretty close. Overlay them, they're pretty close to each other. Got it test fit into the truck. Got this all prepped up. Got some rust inhibitor on here. Also sprayed some weld-through primer underneath here because I'm going to be spot welding. But got that all cleaned up. Fits pretty good. I test fitted a couple of times and kind of snuck up on it. I cut obviously the patch out much bigger than it needed to be, and then slowly cut it down to make it where it fit. So if you see what I cut out here, you can see how much bigger I cut out initially. So anyway, we're gonna keep going on this, get this thing tacked in, and we'll go from there and take a look at it. So here's my first pass on the grind. Obviously I've got some pinholes and more stuff that I need to clean up, but fitting pretty good. Just got to grind it down, do a little bit more welding. I'm sure I'm gonna have to put some schmooze on there to cover up the crappiness of it, but it's in there, it's fixed, it looks better than it did, so can't complain with that. So I'll update again once I get the grinding done and a little bit more welding, and I'll probably put some glaze on it to fill in any imperfections, and then shoot it with some primer. That'll be good enough for now. Not gonna be a show truck, but looks better than it did. Out here looking like a burglar, but it's dark at night and I don't have any lights out here. But so there's the finished product. It's not perfect, but I think it'll work for what it is. Got it all welded in, got some primer on it, so hopefully that'll be good enough. It's what we got. But pretty easy, just nerve-wracking trying to get it all lined up and get it in there and get it welded without blowing it out. But I got it done. I'm fairly happy with it for the first time doing it. So hopefully you guys can see it's not that big a deal. It's not that hard. It's just like I said, it's nerve-wracking cutting up your dash, because if you screw it up, it's taking out that whole dash piece or trying to fabricate something new is kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway, thanks for watching.